Hi, my name is John and this is Business Focus. In today's video, we'll be talking about something very interesting in terms of how social media has captured the attention of many people around the world. But what's interesting is what used to be the predominant social media preference is not what it used to be. And I'm assuming in the near future, that's going to change also. But who will be king? That's what we'll be talking about today. Now, it used to be way back in my days, early 90s, 2000s, with the popularity of internet and the boom of social media. It used to be Friendster, if you're still familiar with those. Then came along Facebook, which has been king for so long. But, based on this recent article, according to techspot.com, that preference have shifted significantly already. And now YouTube has become the more popular social media platform for many, even I actually. And it's kind of interesting how the preferences of people have shifted from one platform to another. And we're going to take a look what are the preferred platforms here and which particular demographic is using the which particular social media platform here. So as you can see here, the teens, in particular in the United States, have shifted, prefer to use YouTube. Obviously, YouTube is known for its video format, whether it's short or long format, over the Facebook, which is somewhat interesting in terms of the news feeds it provides. I tend not to use it anymore, even before, and I rarely use it nowadays. I only check it from time to time. But it's interesting that even teens nowadays have shifted or has preferred primarily using other platforms outside of Facebook, which used to be king for several years or decade as well. So as you can see here, according to the Pew Research Center, it questioned a little over 1,300 U.S. teens between the age of 13 and 17 about their online habits. And what's interesting, it only mentions that 32% of them only use the Facebook app here. And that's very interesting. According to a earlier research way back in 2015, which found a massive 71% of the teens preferred to use it, which is obviously good for Mr. Zuckerberg. And now it's starting to make sense why Zuckerberg has been trying to pivot in terms of not just of his social media, but also on other platforms in terms of showcasing the metaverse here, which is doing poorly because the metaverse has a lot of flaws and it doesn't provide a tremendous experience or a compelling case as to why people should invest their time and effort, and not making it easier here. And if we were to look at this particular data here below, which is very telling here. So as you can see here, there are a lot of details here, but let's focus on the different platforms. You have YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, and Facebook. And if we were to look at the net daily usage, YouTube is king here, and TikTok is next. Snapchat and Instagram follows closely. But if you notice, Facebook is lagging behind significantly here. And what's pretty telling here, it's not that how many of them uses that particular social media platform, it's how many who does not use it. And if we were to look at the YouTube here, very small percentage who doesn't use it. And then you have TikTok, Snapchat, and Instagram are close to one another. And sadly, Facebook, more than half of young students don't even use the platform, which is never a good thing here. And this is pretty interesting. Obviously, different platforms here offer different conveniences for the users here. Obviously, you have YouTube that offers video content, as mentioned. Even I, creating content, that's one. Then TikTok is focused on video, but on a short form aspect here. Then Snapchat offers a different aspect, more on communication using text here rather than video per se. And Instagram is more on visual, more on the photos that they were known for. But obviously, Instagram is owned by Facebook, which is kind of concerning. Facebook acquired Instagram several years ago. Instagram is even doing better than Facebook here. Now, obviously, teens is a small segment of the population here, but obviously the majority of revenues that generate for many advertisements or company that tries to advertise in these different platforms target the young audience, so that when they mature, they can still continue to purchase or sell those products to those people as well. But the shift has turned significantly, and this is has caused a lot of concern. And I don't know what Mr. Zuckerberg can do to stave off this decline. And I think that's going to continue to decline for the foreseeable future until Facebook is supplanted by a different social media platform, another version of Facebook of sorts, or integration of different platforms such as YouTube, TikTok, and Snapchat as Instagram as well. And as we mentioned here, it was mentioned that 95% of the survey students said that they uh, use uh, the most popular platform or participant was YouTube, which is a 95% of the survey teens, and only 90% confessed to being on the video streaming platform almost constantly. But regardless of how often you use it, meaning that they are actually interested in using a platform, it's very interesting here. And obviously TikTok is, I think, is going to become the popular platform in the very near future because of its preferences for short media. Not that I'm very into it, but obviously as the demographic or as the trend moves forward, that they like lots of content, and then it becomes shorter and shorter to the point that what TikTok is offering nowadays. And as mentioned here, 67% said they use it, and 16% admit that they're on the app almost constantly, meaning they're somewhat addicted to the attention and so forth. But what's interesting, what's not noted here is the social media Twitter, which is kind of interesting. It's kind of a hotbed of debates and issues here. And is it all bad for Meta here? Well, in a sense, Instagram is their only saving grace that enables them to stay afloat here. And how much more can Facebook sustain their growth here? The fact that a lot of people have shifted, and eventually, as the older generation phases out and the young generation comes up, no one will be using the Facebook app anymore. And what are they to do about it? Can they shift or innovate their platform here? And focusing on the metaverse here, is it the right course here? I don't think so. But for YouTube, the company, which is owned by Google, is doing tremendously here. That's why they're capitalizing on it with a lot of advertisements, and that is geared specific to that particular audience or user who's watching their content. That's why if you notice, if you watch the popular videos that you're interested in, the advertisements that they are attached to it, it's particularly linked to your preferences, whether it be movies that you like watching, or if you're searching for, let's say, a product, let's say a smartphone, or any device that you're looking for. Let's say you're trying to find if it's a good review or not, then they always look for advertisement that is connected to your preference, that's tailor fit, which obviously that's not the case. Well, Facebook does that, but obviously the terms of content, you're only looking at the Facebook feeds and updates of your friends and families here. So obviously different application and different outcomes here. And what's interesting here is who else will be next in line to supplant Facebook here, or who's going to be the next social media platform that's going to become more popular, similar how TikTok has risen, and even YouTube as well here. So looking forward to what the next medium or format or social media platform that's going to be more popular in the next 5 years or in the next decade also. Kind of interesting if you think about it. Anyway, that's about it for today. Come back again on Monday for more Monday checklist. As always, I'll see you in the next one. Take care.